Champions League draw 2023 with Spurs. Let's hope that this year we can get, an easier draw. I think we're in, shit, we're in pot three. I thought finishing second in the league would mean we're a bit higher than pot three, but never mind. Let's draw all the pot A teams and pot two teams. All right, so we can't get this group, so never mind. I'll take this. I feel like it'd be tough, Ajax and Dortmund, but we can definitely get past them. If we don't get them. No, I wouldn't like Barcelona again. Oh fuck. No, I don't want to play Barcelona again. Oh my God, this is very very bad. Pot four. The only team I wouldn't want from pot four is probably Athletic Club. Um, other than that, I feel like any of those teams would be fine. Let's have a look who we're gonna get. Nice. Okay, well that was one of the tougher teams in that draw. I don't know. I mean, so we got Barcelona, Roma, us, and Nice. I don't think that's very easy at all. I feel like that's even harder compared to last year. I mean, Roma obviously a good team in Italy. Barcelona, one of the best teams in Spain, and Nice. If they're making it top four in France, then that means they've got to be a decent side. So, yeah, as you can see, Tottenham had a tough group. My excitement for the Champions League this year has just gone down a notch. Hi everyone and welcome to episode 11 of the Path to Glory series with Spurs. I'm LSFM, and yeah, as you could tell from the intro there, I'm not very pleased with the Champions League draw. I feel like so far this save is kind of fucked us over. We got Barcelona in around the 16 last year and we get them in the group stage again, so not an easy draw by any means. And we play the French side Nice today, more on that later, but first I'm going to discuss to you about a few things. So the first thing that I want to mention is the fact that Ben Davies did indeed leave the club, and I made a few mistakes here. I sold him for 14 million to Aston Villa, and you may be wondering, why did you sell him? You said you weren't going to sell him last episode. That's because I forgot about this guy, Destiny Udogie. I'm pretty sure Spurs signed him this season in real life, and he was on loan at Udinese in Italy. So I've decided to make this guy our second choice left back this season. I wouldn't have signed Mendes if I'd known about this guy, because he's got potential to turn into quite a good player. So we've got two high potential left backs now. I just forgot about this guy. He was in my under 23s and I just didn't even know he was there. In fact, I wasn't even aware that they signed him in real life. So my mistake. Destiny Udogie's the second choice left back now, and Ben Davies has gone. I'm not too annoyed though, because Ben Davies was on I don't know, I think it was about 90 grand a week, so more wages off the wage bill, and this guy's already on quite a high wage, so I'm hoping he can develop, but so far, as you can see from these red arrows, it's not good. Second mistake that I made is that I left out Davinson Sanchez from the Champions League squad. Yes, it wasn't an easy decision because there wasn't enough room. I had to leave one space in the squad because we didn't have enough homegrown players here. So one player had to miss out, and it had to be Davinson Sanchez because the only other choice was Emerson Royale. But that would mean we only have one left back not left back, right back in our Champions League squad. So I had to leave out someone. So I chose to leave out Sanchez, and now we've got a squad mutiny on our hands because half the squad agrees that he should have been in the team, and so the club atmosphere and managerial support have gone down. So I may have made a few mistakes since last episode, but hopefully it shouldn't affect us so much. And looking at the form since last episode, you wouldn't really think that it affects us all that much. We started with a 2-0 win against Manchester United. It was very, very close up until the 84th minute when Kulusevski scored. Then Richarlison sealed the deal 5 minutes later. Then we beat Bournemouth 7-1. Harry Kane got 5 goals in this game. Kane has been mostly on fire. A 10 out of 10 rating for Kane. I'll show you him in a bit. But 7-1 against Bournemouth, it was a great performance. I was very surprised. Even more surprising, though, was the follow-up game where we lost 1-0 to Blackburn Rovers, and it was Mohamed Salisu's mistake that cost us the game in the end. Yeah, I can't lie, Salisu's been a bit quiet so far. He's only got a 7.0 rating in the league, and it was his mistake here. He just missed the header against Awoniyi, and Blackburn scored a late winner there to get their only win so far this season, so thank you, Football Manager. Next, we beat Crystal Palace 3-1. Quite an impressive result, I think, because actually, when this game was played, Crystal Palace were actually ahead of us in the league. They had a really good start, but it doesn't matter for us because we were able to beat them anyway. Harry Kane with a brace, Kulusevski with another goal. So, good solid performance. I was also quite pleased with this game against Barcelona, 0-0 draw. Away game to Barcelona was probably the toughest game in our group. And to come away from well, not the new camp, but so this stadium with a point was always going to be credible. Diogo Costa did really well. He got man of the match, 8.0 rating. And yeah, the reason I didn't show you this game is because we played Barcelona quite a few times, so I just wanted to move things on a little bit. Next, the 1-0 win away to Chelsea. This was a tough game. We didn't play very well. We were saved by an absolute wonder goal by Milinkovic-Savic. Yeah, we didn't have very many chances in this game. It just required a moment of magic from SMS to, yeah, that was a great finish to give us the win there. Yeah, as you can see from the stats, we didn't play very well. XG was so low. Kane 6.3. Kane's a very hot and cold player. Sometimes he's amazing, sometimes he's a bit shit. But we were lucky to get a win, but it's the 3 points that count. Next, an easy 4-1 win against Aston Villa in the EFL Cup third round, a competition that I'd quite like to win this season given we only finished runners-up last time. Kane came off the bench to get a hat-trick. They actually took the lead in this game, Aston Villa, but it wouldn't matter because Harry Kane got a hat-trick and he also assisted George for a goal in the 53rd minute. And the final game in this run of matches since last episode was a 6-0 demolition of Leicester City, who were quite high up in the league when this game was played. Harry Kane, another hat-trick for him, Marco Asensio, Kulusevski and Nicolas Gonzalez, the new signing, with the goals there. It was a very, very impressive performance. Everyone played well. And yeah, we've won 7-1, 6-0 in this run of games. We've been quite unconvincing at times, I can't lie, but in other matches we've been so good. And the man we have to thank for that is Harry Kane, of course. Harry Kane has been immense this season. He scored 10 goals in 6 league starts, 7.77 average rating. Yeah, I mean, last season he was a bit hit and miss, as I said. This season he's still shown a bit of that, but he's been very consistent, way more consistent than last season. And, he's been the reason why we've been doing so well in the league. And all that leaves us top of the pile with 6 games played, 5 wins, 1 loss to Blackburn, who still haven't won a game since they beat us. Thank you, Football Manager. So yeah, a very, very positive start. Obviously the aim with this season was not to win the league again, but definitely to be in a title race, definitely, and close the gap on Liverpool, who have had a bit of a slow start to the season. They're only 4th place right now. But as you can see, look at the average rating charts. Kulusevski, Kane and Milinkovic-Savic are absolutely carrying this team. So you saw in the intro our Champions League group with Nice, Barcelona and Roma. Very, very tough draw, I have to say. Every team drew in the first game actually, so it's all to play for going to match day 2. As for Nice, they're 7th in Ligue 1. They're definitely a decent side because, as I said in the intro, if they can get top 4 in France, they've got to be a good team. Their key player is Sofiane Diop. I wouldn't say wonder kid, but he's had quite a good potential in the last few FMs. So he's now 23, so maybe not as much potential anymore, but he's still a very, very good player. He'd fit into this team for sure. But perhaps a good thing is they have this guy Dante. He's 39, soon to be 14. He's got 4 pace and 5 acceleration. Very good mentors, but him against Kane, it should be an easy winner, surely. So this is the team that I've gone with today to play facing Nice. It should be a nice win. We need to win this game. This is a home game, probably the easiest game of the entire group so far. So we've got Costa in goal, back forward, Nuno Mendes, Salisu, Dyer and Di Lorenzo. Bissouma and Milinkovic-Savic in the middle, Asensio on the right, Richarlison on the left, Kulusevski in the middle with Kane up front. Son's been a bit quiet recently. He's not been too good, so I'll give him Richarlison a go. He's been good when he started games, not so much when he's come off the bench. And also Eric Dyer has been terrible once again. This is his make or break season, and so far he's not really living up to my expectations. But of course I have to play him because I didn't register Davinson Sanchez annoyingly. It's a bit of a mistake on my part, and as you can see, basically the entire squad are supporting him. So let's hope I can keep morale up in the dressing room because I have made a grave error. So anyway, game against Nice. Let's go Spurs. Oh yes, I'll never get tired of seeing this when the teams walk out for Champions League game this year. So I think it's a great feature, but obviously they could do more in future. I'm going to avoid all that controversy surrounding FM23's launch. But as you can see, Nice I think they're quite a good team, to be honest. Guy turning the board, I had him in a save a few years ago, a personal save with Montpellier, and he was a good player, but now he's at Nice, and hopefully he doesn't come back to haunt me. But I'm expecting a win from this team because this is probably by far the easiest game of the group, home against the weakest side. And we need to be winning this game if we are to stand a chance of getting through. The board want us to reach the quarterfinals, I think it is this year. So if we go out in the group stage, they'll probably be very, very pissed off at me. And that's an understatement. So, maybe if we get Europa League, we wouldn't be in such a bad position. But if we do that, then the board would probably expect us to win. And I don't see this team doing that either. But Kane's in already. Here's Richarlison. He's scored already. We've scored after just 23 seconds in the Champions League. And all my worries are being put to bed here by Richarlison, the Brazilian wonder who only does well when he starts games, but great stuff. He was very good last season, and he's continuing that this season. Yeah, Dante passing it to him basically with that tackle. Yeah, I did sort of notice him before the game and say, oh, he's not that good, and now he's made a mistake. Oh, that was so close from Asensio. Bounced on the underside of the bar onto the line, and it stays 1-0. Whipped in by Diop for Nice. Dante, almost won that, but Milinkovic-Savic gets the ball. As Calvin Stengs, good challenge for by SMS. Stengs loses out to SMS again. Great play by Sergej Milinkovic-Savic. Lorenzo, can you do something now, mate, please? Kane. Good football to Richarlison. Richarlison now. Richarlison. Oh, he's gone it all alone. He scores another one. But 2 inside 10 minutes for Spurs and Richarlison. A brace for the Brazilian. Great play. Well, I mean, clearly my decision to start him ahead of Son today has been vindicated because what a start it's been by Spurs. Very, very pleased. I'm going to avoid saying anything too complacent because we all know what happened last season in a very similar scenario against a team a lot worse than us in the shape of Porto. So let's hope it doesn't happen again here. It's been a very, very action-packed first half so far, as I expected. I just hope we can put this game to bed and not concede 3 goals in one half like we did in a different game that I'm not going to speak about again. Here's Asensio now on the right-hand side. Cuts in. Can he shoot? Oh, what a great goal. Marco Asensio with an amazing finish. Amazing run as well. I mean, he scored quite a similar goal against Leicester in the last game. I didn't show it to you, but it was a lovely finesse shot from outside the box. Actually got second in the goal of the month. And another great goal from the Spaniard. We signed him for just I think it was about 30 million we signed it for. And what an investment that was. He's an absolute great player. Here's Kulusevski into Mendes. Come on, mate. Lovely ball to Richarlison. Can he whip one into the box? Richarlison crosses it. Asensio. Cuts it across to Kulusevski. Makes it 4. And that's 4-0 to Spurs. Great finish from the Swede, Dejan Kulusevski. At least I think he's Swedish. Please tell me he is. That's just cheap. Yes, alright, he is Swedish. Good. Right. 4-0 up. And yeah, we're definitely running away with it now. I was a bit fearful of Nice, actually. I thought we might win, but I thought it'd be a lot harder than this. But here we go. We're doing very well. 4-0. And that's half time. 4-0 to Spurs. And more the same, please, guys, because that was an amazing half. You can see Richarlison, 9.6. He'll definitely be starting in the next game in today's episode against Manchester City, another big game where we have to stop Erling Haaland. Oh no, needs it in here is the board. Dyer with an interesting challenge to board. And I think that's going to count. Oh no, please. Is history going to repeat itself here? Please, we cannot bottle this game. I will just cry. I will cry on video. Okay, thank fuck for that. The goal's been disallowed. All the momentum's gone. Please, no more of that. Dyer is just the most unconvincing defender ever. I don't understand what's wrong with him. On paper, he's okay, but in every game, he just underperforms massively. I honestly can't explain it. There's just something about the defenders on this team that makes them play terribly. Like, Salisu been okay in this game, but on the whole, he's not been as good. I feel like Romero's left a curse on all the defenders now. That's what's happened. Romero's left a curse, and now we're completely fucked defensively for the entire save, no matter what team we manage. Dyer. That's a great ball through to Asensio, though. Great play from Eric Dyer. Across in Asensio into Richarlison. Well, if that counts, that's his hat-trick. I pointed out he's on a 9.6 just now, and that could make it a 10.0 if this goal counts. Let's see what the referee says. It's been disallowed. Well, I hyped him up, and it's been disallowed. Poor old Richarlison. Well, there'll still be more opportunities in this game to score. Definitely. I mean, Nice haven't even had a shot on target yet. That's how good we've been. And that's going to be full time. A very, very quiet end to the game after Richarlison's goal was disallowed. I don't mind that, though. 4-0 win. We didn't bottle it like we did against Porto last season. And yeah, a great win. I wasn't expecting it to be that easy, but I'm very glad we pulled through. Oh, I hate to see this, though. Christian Romero actually playing well for Juventus in the Champions League. Fuck you, man. But anyway, we don't care about him. We're just going to forget him. Great performance by Richarlison in that game. And onwards and upwards to the game against Manchester City in the league, who are second. So a very, very big game early on in the season. So come on. One thing that I'd like to draw your attention to is that some of the youth players from last season's youth intake are actually being called up for international teams now. So we have Jordan Garrett for Scotland under 21s, a great achievement for him, and also Daniel Bernard for England under 19s. So very, very pleasing. They're also developing very, very well, especially Garrett. You can see all those green arrows. Definitely a potential future star for Spurs, along with Daniel Bernard, who's also well on the way to improve. So here we go, home game against Manchester City. I'm going to name an unchanged team. I forgot to rest the players between matches, so Basuma and Salisu are a bit tired, but they should be fine. It's an international break after this fixture anyway. Perhaps another bold move to start with Richarlison instead of Son, but you know, Richarlison's been great recently, so I'm going to give him the nod here. Come on, Spurs. I'll tell you what, I've just realised that this is the first game we're playing against Manchester City without Pep Guardiola, because obviously they sacked him at the end of last season for failing to qualify for the Champions League. And they're playing a five at the back, which is a very weird sight for Manchester City. Also, they've signed Wilfried Zaha for some reason. I wouldn't see Zaha joining City. Maybe a team like Arsenal or even the Spurs, maybe, but not Man City. I feel like he's not the quality for Man City. But anyway, they've signed him in this save, so hopefully we can limit him alongside Haaland, who obviously is the devil in this game. Everyone fears him. So let's hope we can keep him quiet today as well. Throw into Spurs deep inside the City half. I've realised this episode's probably going to be quite long. I'm sorry, guys, if it is. But Kulusevski, not the best effort, though. Couldn't really control the shot and it goes over the bar. But yeah, I hope this episode isn't too long. I mean, very, very enjoyable game so far. I really enjoyed this episode, actually. I'm sorry if I sounded a bit, I don't know, a bit quiet in the intro. That was early morning, so I was a bit groggy. But oh, the bar from City. But yeah, I'm feeling quite energetic right now for this game. I'm very pleased by our recent form, and it does result in a, well, not better video, but a more happy Leon, if you know what I mean. Is City though. Basuma crunches into João Cancelo and he's been sent off. Oh, Basuma, you've lost your head there. You've lost your head, and well, that will really dent our chances in this game. So basically, that's completely thrown my game plan out the window. I'm having to switch to a 4-4-1. I've had to put on Son for Richarlison as well because Richarlison can't play as a left mid, so Son's gonna have to come on. I've also brought on Bentancur for Kulusevski, who was booked anyway. But this has really thrown my aspirations under the bus. We'll have to say that red card has got me quite fearful of our chances in this game. We haven't even had a shot on target. Kane's been very quiet, and it's difficult to see how we're going to win this game from here. Still no shot on target for Spurs. I don't really have many changes left in this game. I've kind of had my hand forced by the red card. It's really messed us up. But yeah, I mean, I've contemplated switching to a mid block instead of a high press, but I'm not sure if that's good, especially at home when the advantage is with you in terms of like the crowd and that. But City are in. Great clearance by Dyer, but Haaland scores. I think that's going to count. Haaland comes back to score against Speed. The devil himself has got on the score sheet, and it's 1-0 to City. And we can't repeat the magic that we had against City last season. Yeah, that's been awarded, and I don't see where the win's going to come from. We just don't look like scoring at all. Di Lorenzo into Asensio. Can we have an immediate response here? It's Kane! Kane again! He scored! Harry Kane does a 1-2 of the post. He just teasing City there. Harry Kane comes up big in a big game yet again and scores to make it 1-1. Well, I mean, I was just saying, literally right now, I don't see where a goal's coming from when we immediately equalise against City, so... Oh, the game making me eat my words here. I was surprised Kane missed that, to be honest, but he does a little 1-2 with the post and scores. It's 1-1. If we can get anything out of this game, I'd be very, very surprised. I mean, we're lucky to even be in the game at this point. We've only had one shot on target, and of course, Haaland always has a chance to score again. I just brought in Davinson Sanchez for Eric Dyer, who of course wasn't playing very well again. I don't really know what to do in this situation because there's not really many game changers on the bench. Gonzalez can't play as a right mid, I don't think so. But I've taken Haaland off, so that's one good thing, I suppose. Corner to City though in the 85th minute. Bentancur clears it away. Milinkovic-Savic also heads it away. But City putting on the pressure now against Spurs. Here's Kyle Walker. Crosses it into Rodrigo off the bench. Great save by Costa, who's keeping us in the game here. Right, full time, I'll take that. A 1-1 draw against Man City. We only had one shot on target. But we had an XG of 1.52, almost the same as theirs. So clearly we were way more clinical than they were, clearly. So 1-1, I am very pleased with that because that feels like a win because we'd had a man sent off in the first half, pursuing with a stupid tackle. I don't know what he was thinking. And yeah, we were able to respond instantly to City going a goal up, and we finished 1-1. That's probably the best result we could have hoped for there, and we stay top of the league, I hope. So yes, as it stands, we are still top of the league, but despite me saying Liverpool had a slow start, they are level on points for us now with exactly the same record. It's our 7-1 and 6-0 victories that are keeping us top of the league right now. But I definitely take that draw against City, as I said, it was always going to be a tough game down to 10 men, but I'm very pleased, especially with Kane, who took his chance relatively well and got us the draw. So, positive episode, I think. We got the result we needed against Nice, and City we were able to pull through. Next episode, I think I'll probably come back. Let's see. Arsenal, Barcelona, Liverpool triple header. That looks very good. As I said, I want to get through the season quite fast because we did 10 episodes last season, and I want to start getting through the save a bit now. So I'll probably come back for those 3 games. That looks like a very, very big episode. Of course, if things change, I'll change my plans. But those are the 3 games I've got eyed up there. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Make sure you hit the like button if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new around here, and hit the notification bell too. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.